Hi there, my name is Chen Xinyan from the Department of Industrial Design, College of Planning and Design, National Cheng Kung University, Taiwan, and I'm going to present a quality functional development research on appliance of color image scale to spatial color combination of design hotel interior design. So to start with, suppose if we are going to a 2-day travel, of course, we need to find somewhere to live. So a temporary accommodation is needed. Then after the first day traveling, we feel really tired. We want to take a rest. So we go to the hotel, open door, open the light and see, wow, this is a good place to take a rest and relaxation and escape from the routine. So how do we get this feeling of wow? Color. Color is a significant interior element with the power to influence emotions and behaviors in a particular environment. But inside an environment, there's not only one color. There are a bunch of colors. So we use the most structural system for measuring perception of color combination, the color image scale. And the one we use is the color image scale for 3 color combinations in 1987 till present, which is invented by Shingenobu Kobayashi from Nippon Color Research Center in 1981. So what kind of temporary accommodation are we going to use? The design hotel. What is design hotel? This is not a brand hotel, it's not a luxury hotel, but this kind of hotel is typically high-styled, especially visual purpose concepts. And in here, we are using color as the element for presenting the visual concept, presenting the high style. Therefore, in this paper, we conducted a 2-stage research to investigate the preference tendency of Taiwanese visual preference of color combination that are referred from image scale for 3 color combinations on DH spatial interior design. So what is theoretical background? In here, we are going to talk about the color combination, the color image scale, and the QFD things. The color image scale. In the past, when we're going to do the color perception research, we usually do single color research, like letting our correspondent see one color and finish a semantic differentiation questionnaire. But why do we do it like this? Actually, color perception is like continuously in our life. When there's light, there's color. So when we feel about the color, the emotion is not that significant. Therefore, we usually use a yes, no, yes, no, yes, no question to let our correspondents to elaborate their cognitive meanings toward these colors. Therefore, we do it like this. But it is hard for us to do it in this way when there are a bunch of colors inside one environment. So the first one who do this is Professor Kobayashi. How did he do? Again, he do with 130 colors, the single color semantic differentiation ones, and then he tried to not only find a correlation between one color and these adjectives, but a bunch of colors and these adjectives. And then he contend that we can find some relation by using the colors notations, hue, value, and chroma within these adjectives. So it's come out like there are 100 connotative adjectives and also 1,000 color combinations. And he tried to seek the relationship by using hue and chroma, like the one that is warm, redder one, the one that is cold, bluer one, the one that is soft, which means higher value, but lower chroma. The one that is hard is like lower value, but higher chroma. By using this, he analyzes them into 4 groups. For this first quadrant is modern scene, second, familiarity, third, dynamism, fourth, credibility. And also, he wants to make all these color properties more visual on this scale. So he distinguished them into 13 groups. In the middle, it's like the middle one is more the value is higher, like these kind of situation. You can draw concentric circle over this. And this is the 1987 version. And in the end, he said, color image scale is psychological and physical. Judgment among people will have differences. This, it can be reconstructed based on preference, industry, spatial, and timing, and all sort of factor. And in here, we want to use QFD to reconstruct these representative color combination in these 13 groups and the representative connotation meaning in these 13 groups. Okay, so how does QFD work? It is an industrial management methodology, and it uses a systematically way to unfolding and analyzing the correlation of engineering characteristics of a product toward customers' requirements. So what is these three? Quality, function, development, these three parts. Quality, engineering characteristics. In here, it's like the color that is used inside the spatial part. The function is like the customer's voice. It's like in this research, it's like the connotative meaning toward the color combinations. For example, in this chart, for the clear one, there are three color combinations, and there are three: neat, clear, and refreshing. So the neat, clear, refreshing is like the customer voice, the function, and the color combination serve as the quality. And we try to search the correlation, which is development over here inside the chart. Methodology, how do we do this? One, searching design hotel room images based on all the 13 groups of adjectives that are provided from this chart in the right side. And also the 6 color theory trained specialists will rate the 6 corresponding images toward the color combinations provided by the 13 groups of adjectives. Then we'll make a questionnaire asking our correspondents the degree of warm, cold, hard, and soft, and their preferences toward the 13 groups of pictures. Then based on the preference ranking, we abstract the first to the third place pictures, and we use Blender rendering system, rendering software to design a standard DH bedroom and apply these colors inside. And since there are 3 colors, 3 places, so there are 6 combinations each, and we will let specialties to choose one from these 6. And then since there are 3 groups, there are some images be chosen, and we'll make a questionnaire and that the correspondent to answer based on this picture, what kind of adjectives will you choose from this picture? And we will use QFT to analyze the result. And also, what is the standard DH model? There are 3 colors, right? 3 places. These are the places we put in. And these are the percentage. We put the colors inside. And since there are differences over here, we think maybe this way will make the result more significant or effective. Okay, the results. Degree of warm and cold, hot and soft. Actually, from this chart, you can see that mostly is close to each other. It's close to the one that was done by the Japanese professor, but there are some slight differences. Caucasian, softer and warmer, which gives individuals the feeling of similarity. Natural and elegant, slightly harder, but also not as significant. Classic, softer and warmer, but also not as significant. So based on this result, the preference ranking, the first 3 one is natural, clear, and Caucasian. In natural, there are 6 representative color combination and adjectives. In clear and Caucasian, they both have 3 color combination and adjectives. And based on this, the QFT result is like this. These are the colors applied inside the model. And these are the representative color associated adjectives and value of customers. What are these means? Let's go back to the chart for the natural part. Sorry, it's over here. From the natural part, you can see it's over here. And the Taiwanese we choose is like 1, 0. So it's like over here. And we draw concentric circle to see how far these color combinations and variable things are from these preference of the color. the image that was created from the color combination. And we have these things, and we do absolute weighting, and we found that the result shows like this. There's not really big thing. We can distinguish the difference of these colors, but not that significant. But for a clear part, this part is really reflective. But these two, clear and neat ones, are not really effective. But yeah. Well, for the cool casual part, these two, useful and agile color combination, has a big differences. But the explanation, the connotative meaning of these spatial color combination design is really effective also. Yeah, but for the speedy part, it's not that effective. So what is the conclusion based on this? The color image scale among the Taiwanese participants and the one that was done in Japan by Professor Shingenobu Kobayashi has a high correspondence. The QFD matrix shows that the distinguishability and preference among our Taiwanese participants is stronger in soft and warm for this DH interior design. And based on this, if we want to dig deeper, we need to some machine to examine our participants' biosignals, maybe the pupils, by using eye tracking to understand the changing of the mode and make this research more wholesome, something like this. Okay, then this is all what I want to talk about. Thank you.